the spin job that the Bears have put together to try and make people think that this was all part of a plan to do a solid for Justin Fields. According to this from Ryan Poles, who made this statement after the trade happened, "We've engaged in multiple trade conversations in recent weeks and believe trading Justin at this time to Pittsburgh is what's best for both Justin and the Bears. Today we spoke to him to inform him of the trade and the rationale behind it for us. As a club, we want to thank him for his tireless dedication, leadership, and all he poured into our franchise and community the last 3 years, and we wish him the best towards a long and successful NFL career." And look, Justin Fields released a statement as well, too. And it's everything you and Brady Quinn have said about the guy. You can't find anybody that has a bad thing to say about Justin Fields. They love that dude. And it's a shame that the Bears did have the number 1 overall pick, because I think that's really what was dictating this decision. And then Ian Rappaport went on social media yesterday.
What'd he say?
And said, "Important note on the Justin Fields trade. At least 4 additional teams inquired about trading for Fields, but Fields' representation asked for him not to be traded there. He wanted the Steelers, and the Bears did right by him." Now, I don't know whether or not...
Do you buy that?
Well, I think that's an indication that somebody with the Bears front office has Ian Rappaport's password and may have gone on there and sent that tweet out. No, I don't buy that for a second.
I don't buy that.
Come on, man. So what are the teams? And like this whole like trying to push this out. Let's just call it what it is. Kirk Cousins
messed up the market.
Yes, on his
Justin Fields.
Yes, because the market was the Falcons, and when he made the decision to go to Atlanta, he hurt Minnesota and he hurt Chicago. Like both of them got it by Kirk Cousins on his way out the door.
Right.
Like he pulled the pin out, threw it, and then bolted. And now the damage is the Bears trading away Justin Fields for a 6th-round pick that's a conditional 6th round that turns into a 4th round in 2025 if he plays 51% of the snaps this upcoming season.
Which still, a 4th-round pick, I mean, you did right by Justin Fields. Sounds like it was a wholesale fire sale, if you ask me. Like this, that's a liquidation sale.
The Steelers got a 3rd for Kenny Pickett.
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you right now. You got Russ for 1 point, what was it, 1.3, 1.9, 1.3?
Or it might have been 1.2. Who knows?
Okay, 1.2, 1.3, and you get a rookie contract, and you only had to give up a 6th-round pick, possibly a 4th-round pick for Justin Fields.
Like
two starting quarterbacks in the league, by the way.
And like you look at what the quarterback room was in Pittsburgh last year. It was Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky. In one offseason, you've gone from that to Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and it cost you like
absolutely nothing.
A half can of Copenhagen and like a 6-pack of Iron City Light. And that's it.
You know, it's crazy that the sitting down and making sense of the move by Pittsburgh. It's like a I declare war type of scenario setup, right? You bring them in, and one of the points I raised when I was discussing it was basically you're talking about 2 quarterbacks that in this situation, it's kind of must win situations for both quarterbacks. Mike Tomlin, if you guys recall, said at one point towards the end of the season or right after the season ended, I'm going to create competition. They asked, was it Kenny Pickett's job moving forward? Was it his job moving forward? And Mike Tomlin's response was, we're going to bring competition to this quarterback's room. Well, name me a more competitive quarterback room in the National Football League today, post St. Patty's Day.
What day?
Today. You have 2 guys that are going to fiercely, intensely compete for the starting job because both of them have something to prove. Now, how good that is, I mean, you'd have to assume in a prove it, in a pure production-driven industry like football, the NFL, that this is a tremendously amazing scenario for for the Steelers. And it also has to be a tremendously amazing opportunity for the two players as well, simply for the fact that they control their own destinies. They hold their own destinies in their own hands. You're coming in, both of them are new, so there is no – I doubt the players are going to be kind of leaning towards one side to the next, right? Like there is no familiarity. They're both new to the team, you know, and then you get into the idea of, well, whoever earns their keep, whoever comes in and is that right player for the situation, for the job, they're going to play. Which, by the way, don't be surprised if they do a dual quarterback type of system where both of them play quite a bit.
Where they've got like a package for Justin Fields or something. A
package for Russell Wilson.
And I also look at it and I go, this is different than the situation with Deshaun Watson in Cleveland, to where, you know, Massage got that $230 million contract.
And don't have to play another down.
Yeah, it doesn't have to play another down. Also, really doesn't have to sweat a quarterback competition because they're so pot committed to him as their QB that when Joe Flacco comes in and wins Comeback Player of the Year, it's like, well, there's no quarterback controversy. Or the fact that they go out and sign Jameis Winston, there's no quarterback controversy.
They can do a quarterback in the draft or get a undrafted free agent, and that could be the one who supplants one of the two guys that just got signed.
Yeah, like
they don't even hold enough value monetarily to hold a roster spot if they don't perform.
You're paying them like a bag of Funyuns and some Fun Dip. Like there's nothing.
You heard me say it. You heard me say it. Like I'm saying, if you're valuing anyone now, the Justin Fields situation, that's different because he's on his rookie contract. So you can't base what they think of him value-wise by what they're paying him until you get to the place of if they redo his contract. Now, You'll know how they feel about Justin Fields when they redo his contract. But right as of now, there's nothing there. It's a rookie contract. You gave up a 6th round, possibly a 4th round. Like, that's it. You're picking up a rookie contract. With Russell Wilson, you if you felt as though this is the guy you're turning the franchise over to and you want him to undoubtedly be the leader of this team and it's his team moving forward, you don't give him that small of a contract.
And there also there's a report out there that the Steelers are interested in doing an extension with Russell Wilson at some point down the road. It's like,
yeah, down the road, of course.
Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit here. Like, let's wait and see how this thing turns out. Like, yes, Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Justin Fields, and at his age, you never know how these things are going to play out.
Is he at this point?
I think he is.
I think his numbers say that he is. He had more yards throwing, higher quarterback rating, all those things. But is he better than Justin Fields today? That's the I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, he's they've already named him the starter. They told Justin Fields you're going to be a backup. He was okay with it. He wanted the job. He wanted the opportunity. And look,
and based off of what the given scenario is, Jonas, that's the right approach. It's the right approach because on paper, Russell Wilson is the better quarterback on paper. But me asking, is he the better quarterback today, outside of looking at it from just purely the statistical categories that represent him being better, is he the better player today? I don't know that to be a definitive yes. And again, at the value that Pittsburgh has gotten this whole scenario and set up for, they can look at this and watch them battle it out because they're both motivated to not be a backup or to not be a failure as a NFL quarterback. And listen, Russ doesn't get failure as an NFL quarterback. He just gets a faltered career if it doesn't work out for him.
How do you think Russ is feeling right now? Because, again, this isn't like he's got this giant contract that, he's like, well, hey, this is like Cleveland. I don't have to worry about any competition. Look at what my money is. Like, how do you think he's feeling right now that a guy who would have been the starter in Atlanta had Kirk Cousins not left, a team that's projected to win the division now in the NFC South, yes, with Kirk Cousins, but I would say I liked Atlanta going into next year with Justin Fields in that division based on all the talent around him. How do you think Russell Wilson is feeling going, dude, this guy was a starting quarterback, and had the Bears not had the number 1 pick, he's still a starting quarterback, and they're probably looking to redo his deal and give him an extension, and that's the guy that they bring in as your backup.
Yeah, I think that there's a multitude of feelings that you would be feeling if you're Russell Wilson. One is you brought in a guy that could easily displace me. That's first and foremost. This guy has more time on his side, more energy. You would have to assume that Pittsburgh, if they're really, really being totally honest with themselves, you got to hope that Justin Fields proves out more so than Russell Wilson. And the reason why I would think that is because, one, his rookie contract is coming to an end, and you're going to have to decide, do you keep him or do you let him go? But then, two, if he does prove out, how much of a run can you get with Justin Fields versus a run you get with Russell Wilson? So I feel like if I'm Russ, he's looking at it like the Steelers have put themselves in a win-win scenario, and it gives me and Justin no real runway. There is no real leverage for the two of them at this point. All they can do is win by how they play. I mean, if any team could actually create this type of scenario, it's like the perfect scenario to get the entire best foot, not part of the best foot forward, not some of it, not a little bit, not a whole lot of it, but all of it. They got to put their entire best foot forward and every single day, because you can lose your job, and that could potentially be a wrap for both of them.
It's just if you were to say, hey, we know what your quarterback situation is in Pittsburgh. It's a little bit up in the air. Rudolph, Trubisky, Kenny Pickett. You literally swapped out all 3 guys
for two starters. For 2 starters at a league minimum. At a league minimum.
Wait a second.
I can cut your that all that talk in Denver, what he's got going on, and this, that, and the other, and he commands too many dollars, and he's stuck to them, and yada yada yada. Gone.
Wild, man.
Gone.
That's wild.
Say the right thing out your mouth today. You going home. You're going home. You're going right back to that 16. Go to the restroom places that's in Denver. Go to Aspen and get some ski time in. You're not going to be here in Pittsburgh. And the same thing is represented to Justin Fields. If he doesn't come in and he doesn't throw down, think about this. Off season, they ain't gonna miss a day. You can't allow yourself, this is like back to college now. You can't allow yourself to have any off moments if you're Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, because every single day, every single thing you do, every single decision you make is going to be measured and weighed differently, because you're so expendable. You are not stable at all. So you're going to be judged off of every single thing that you do, because they can. That's the luxury of what they were able to do by doing the deal and parlaying it the way that they've parlayed it.
Yes.
They can handle this situation as hardcore as they would like. You add another, because they're going to add another quarterback or two to compete going into spring ball, OTAs, mini camps, all that stuff.
Man.
So you're talking about potentially one of these dudes could literally not be on the roster come regular season. Last cuts. One of these guys can miss the last cut.
And the reason this happened is because the Bears wanted to do Justin Fields a solid and send him. It's like, what a bunch of crap. Let me tell you something. You would have sent him to Indonesia if they would have offered up a second.
There was no
pick.
market.
Yeah, come on, dude.
So if you're saying you're going to do right by him, you would have assumed that the terms of a contract would have been much more different, where it gives Justin Fields the opportunity to go into the scenario, and maybe he is, but it gives him the opportunity to go into the scenario negotiating what an extension looks like just an entirely new deal altogether.
It's unbelievable.
And then for Russell Wilson, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, okay, I know I'm getting paid a ton of money by Denver, but you can also give me more to present me in a way where you believe in me, and you're making a financial commitment to me that says that we believe in you being the guy that can lead this team. Like, it's a prove-it contract. That's what everybody's calling it, the prove-it contract. Okay, so basically what we're saying is you got to prove it, Justin Fields has to prove it, and Pittsburgh doesn't have to make any type of decisions in the foreseeable future. It just seems like it's a boom-bust. I said it was a boom-bust with Russ. This is a boom-bust move all the way around for Pittsburgh. It's a boom-bust move for Mike Tomlin. It's a boom-bust move for the Steelers. It's a boom-bust move for both of these quarterbacks involved.
What a home run for the Steelers, man. Like, that is just awesome.
It could go horribly wrong, though.
Yeah, but, you know.
It could go horribly right, but, I mean, well, amazingly right, but it could go horribly wrong,
yeah,
too.
But the best part is when people are doing their Easter egg hunts, you know, in a couple of weeks from now, like, whatever you get in, like, your little plastic eggs, just dump it out on the coffee table afterwards, and that's about what the Steelers are paying to Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
You know, like, when Russ did his initial thing when he signed his contract, like, it's official, y'all. He hit him with the low key. Here we go.
Oh,
like,
that's his.
He threw his slogan out. He threw his, and then not even 24, 48 hours later, they're signing Justin Fields. So. Does here we go still?
Yeah.
I put it out there. I said, did anybody who's a Steeler fan caught on to what Russ did? Like, your catchphrase was here we go. Like, okay, so you're going back to the Super Bowl year that Lloyd and all of them, Kevin Green, the song here we go.
Unbelievable.
Boom. Like, you brought out the chorus line of the Here We Go Pittsburgh Steelers song as your punchline.
Hey, dusted it off, man.
Well, he better dust off his game, too.